Okay, we're just going to give Stellar Global 2 seconds here. I can see the screen isn't being shared, so.
Amir.
There it is.
Just blame it on Amir.
Needs to go live here.
At least we're ready. We can just blame it on him. We can go. They'll catch up. By the time we're doing demo, hopefully he'll have it figured out.
Give it 2 seconds. He's just has it on pause. Give it 2 seconds.
I know the YouTube live's on like a 20-second lag, so. I'm not used to not being admin when we're in here. I don't have all the controls I normally have. You're able to just boot me off. You've got the.
That's right. You talk out of line.
You're at the helm. Yeah. You got
oh, and go live. There you go. You got this. There it is. Here we go.
I'm not used to not being admin when we're in here. I don't have all the controls I normally have. You're able to just boot me off. You've got the. That's right.
Talk out of line.
You're going to have to turn that audio off, Raph.
Yeah, I'm turning the audio is off now. Okay, so we're good to go.
All right, let's rock.
So I'm Raph, and I'm here with Jerome and Alejo from Skyhitz. And today we're going to chat about the new Skyhitz smart contract launch. This event is being organized by Stellar Global, and if you are joining us from Twitter, make sure to... The audio is off now. Oh, we got double sound. So I'm Raph. Where's the other sound come
from? I like how you look up to the sky like it's.
I have like another screen going up there. I don't have any other screens open. Do you guys have any other screens?
No, I don't have Discord or anything open. Unless
I have it closed.
I don't have anything open.
And he's got earbuds in, so that's you. I like how you look up to the sky like it's.
We're still hearing it.
It's YouTube somewhere.
I don't have any other screens open.
Because it's got that 20-second delay.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm just going to close Discord just to make sure. And I don't see anything on Twitter or anything, so yeah, I'm good.
We're still hearing it.
YouTube somewhere. This isn't even Discord. You're not supposed to have these type of failures with Restream and.
Yeah, I don't know why. I had no screens open, but maybe there's some Discord stuff going on. Okay, let's restart. We're good to go. I don't hear anything from anywhere else, so we're probably good to go here.
Yeah, it's probably Discord.
So I'm Raph, and I'm here joined by Jerome from Stellar Global as well, and we're joined with Alejo from Skyhitz to introduce his new Skyhitz smart contract platform. So Alejo, could you give us a bit of a brief introduction of yourself before we get started?
Sure. Hey y'all, thank you so much for the invite. I'm very excited about this. So yeah, I'm Alejo Mendoza. I've been working with Stellar for about like 4 years or so. I've been in projects like Stellar Quest, just building a ton of stuff with XLM and the native currency and just like games and more platforms. I've been involved with music since a very young age. Like studied music production, produced a lot of bands, had some different projects, live projects for music. I also did some work for the music festival Coachella, and then I joined a pretty big music startup, which is Splice. That's like you can download samples. That became pretty big. Became a $100 million revenue, annual revenue company. And yeah, through all that findings, like I started seeing all these like holes in the music industry, especially like that we have all these opportunities to connect people and the new digital world that we're today living in, which like most of our time spent online. I think like we could really like shake things a little bit up with music and with some concepts of gamification and how to redistribute earnings to everyone involved. So yeah, that's pretty much my background, technology and music. So
You said that you were working for Coachella. I
mhm.
think when we talked yesterday, you said that you were in LA for a bit.
Yeah. I lived in LA for a bit, like been with like connected with music artists and just like people in the industry for a long time. Lived there for like 4 years, and it was pretty like an amazing time. It was a great time to be there. We actually like kind of like put together like a digital agency. Went live for, I think it was Coachella 2013, where it was like, I think it was like Empire of the Sun, pretty big artists there. Like we did all the payments platform. So when people is go in, like we and start buying their passes, like we were like a team of four with some friends that live there. Uh, that yeah, we're still very good friends. So we built that, and it was pretty robust. It actually goes like I think more than $80 million goes through the platform in less than
Wow.
10 minutes, something like that. So it was
I can hear that music has been a long-term passion for you.
yeah. It's been kind of like something that keeps me excited because it's very easy to get bored, I feel like. And whenever there's something going on with music, I'm just like passionate in general. Like I'm super geeky about it, like all the technology stuff that's going on, like from all genres, literally. Like I go to electronic music festivals when I can, pretty involved. Go to music studios when I'm get invited with artists. I just all the time kind of like keeps me motivated and just doing things. And then technology is another passion that I kind of like acquired because of my, I would say like because of my skills. It was a natural thing. When I got to LA, I tried like really hard to get into one of these big labels. Had a couple of interviews. I think I remember having an interview with a music producer of Katy Perry, and at the end they were like, "No, we cannot hire you." So it's like a bunch of things happened, and then a friend that was like, "Okay, you seem like a smart guy. Just want to help me out with this coding stuff." And we made like I made really good friends in the technology industry, and it was like, okay, this opened the mind for me to start exploring more into like what code can do for people really. And since then, like I've been pretty involved with everything code related. And then Stellar kind of like naturally became like another passion. It's just like I was really excited about like, I remember looking at Stellar Expert, and it's like, okay, these guys are building something that's like bunkers. Like it's like Stellar's living like in the future. And people might not see it or realize that they are, but there's some really smart people in the organization and people that you could learn with. And slowly I started like getting into knowing more people, and then I kind of like worked with Tyler and the community fund. So and governance mechanism. So it's kind of like an ongoing. It's been like an ongoing learning from my side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did stuff for Stellar Quest and Stellar Community Fund. What did you specifically do for them?
Yeah, we did like all the quests. So we build out the site, and also the backend. So I would just like do full stack, jump here and there between like the back end and the front end. We were like team of three. Tyler, most of the time he was at conferences. He's just like SDF people travel a lot, and their time kind of like gets like, I would say like pretty limited because of these conferences and events that they have to attend.
Yeah.
So whenever he wasn't there, I was just like kind of like the lead, making sure things were going smooth. We did like yeah, like a lot of launches. I think I remember like 5 or 4, where we kind of like test things out live and distribute XLM live, for the people that completed challenges, kind of like worked on production bugs while they were happening, when things go wrong. So yeah, that was a Stellar Quest, and then I started to get involved with more with Anka on the governance side of things. I think the community fund has the biggest chance of making Stellar like truly to what they say they are, which is decentralized and just like I would say like governed by code. And we started looking into neural quorum governance, which is like this new design from Block Science, like a research firm based out of London, on how to distribute just grant funds in the best way possible. So yeah, we did like also like a lot of rounds with that. Kind of like went pretty well. I've seen it, like I haven't been involved for a year now. It's been a year, but I see it, that's growing, and I don't know, I feel like I'm pretty good at starting things and let them blow up after that.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
Did you guys? So which rounds did you participate in for the Stellar Community Fund for Skyhitz?
we participated as Skyhitz. I think it was 10 and 9. There were two rounds
while ago.
a while ago. What we kind of like learned through that is that by that time Stellar was going through this transformation process, and when organizations are going through like a really big transformation process, especially a technology, it gets really hard to build on top of that, because like we kind of like the build that we did, it was just like Stellar Classic, tailored to that. We did a bunch of user interviews, and kind of like did a build based on that. And as we saw like smart contracts coming in, so okay, we better like stabilize and start talking to users to see what we can build that creates more value for people, specifically for the niche of like crypto and the community and music. So yeah, we started working on, okay, how we're gonna do our next steps, and we finally got to this point, which is like the smart contracts, which is pretty awesome, because a lot of the technical things that we dealt with in the past that were very heavy and that didn't help with the fast iteration process that a startup has to go through are now gone. So everything feels more smooth, I feel like, and even though like Sorbonne still has some things that you bump all the time, like issues that you gotta constantly work and put really a lot of time into, I think is getting smooth, and it's getting to a place where it's like it's stable for others to come in and just build whatever they think it's good for the ecosystem. So that's, from our point of view, that's what we're doing. As we were talking in the past, Raf, we just gather a lot of feedback from industry experts and managers and stuff, and we kind of like put everything together, and this is what we ended up with.
Well, I'm very excited to look at the demo. The demo is really going to show off all the cool things that smart contracts on Sorbonne have enabled for you. Can you take about, right before we jump into the demo, could you maybe just mention a couple of the new features that smart contracts have done for Skyhitz?
Yeah, so we always kind of like dreamed of this scenario where like users could pay for, like, literally transact for streams, which is like something that is pretty new, and I think it can only happen with Stellar, and it's like these new features that Stellar's gonna have, that Skyhit's gonna have, is that all the actions that you take are gonna generate revenue. So it's like if you stream, it's gonna be a micro transaction that's gonna lock value into escrow of that music NFT if you like as well, and then if you download, So it's kind of like and talking about like from past experiences and features that we've seen that are pretty valuable. For instance, on Splice, which is the other sample platform, is like people love to download things. Like they really love to download samples all the time, and every time you download a sample, you would be generated revenue for the artist and for everyone involved. So I think all these actions that we can bring together and put them together with smart contracts are pretty amazing, because you could just like pay everyone instantly, and and your account will always be there. That's one of the things that we always also wanted to bring in this version, that we've seen in the past that a lot of people just like, because they don't know, they share their secrets, they share their seeds. We really wanted to build something that, like, let's say something happened with your Stellar account, so you can come back to us and just like use your email and you'll be good. Pretty much like bulletproof security, but like I would say dump proof if you're not into crypto, because yeah, we've seen that a lot of people like are not good at handling secrets and seeds. So yeah,
Cool.
those are like the features of smart contracts, and that would also in the future allow us to build better authentication methods. We can add like zero knowledge proofs, more things. So there's more things coming in the pipeline that people are interested, but for now we wanted to start pretty simple.
Cool. So let's jump into it. Let's see it.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
we always have a hard time talking too much and not getting enough demo in. So let's talk
Yeah,
demo, and then I'm sure
Let's do
that's
it.
let's demo,
actually
let's
when
demo, let's demo. Okay, yeah, so this is on landing page. You can just find all the information that we've got. Like we've got like a new blog section that's pretty cool, where we will be posting updates regularly. This is like our blog post where you can just know exactly how our system works. It explains a bit, and yeah, we're just gonna log in and show you the authentication flow. It's pretty easy. It's just like an email that's gonna tie you to your XLM account, and it will you'll just copy that link from your email, and boom, you'll be in.
Sweet.
And so here we have three tabs. Pretty much you can search for any music NFT. It's pretty fast. And if you go to our top chart, you will see that we've got each music NFT here, and these are going to move real time as our fans invest and take actions on our platform. So let's say, as I was explaining, we've got two buckets in which like actions will generate revenue. So that will go into an escrow. And then we've got the investors, which will be locking the value into music NFTs. So that escrow will get distributed daily to the investors of the music NFT. And as they generate more revenue, let's say if people are streaming heavily this one, so that would generate more revenue, bring more revenue, you'll see the APR go up. And then as people invest more, the APR will go down. So this is kind of like a native. It's kind of like pretty interesting, because when we thought about it, it was like, okay, how can we do a native APR that is not like, it doesn't have like a third party risk, like
Cool.
because if you have like some sort of things like YXLM, you're always gonna have like this third party risk here, where if they just clear the liquidity, you're kind of like screwed. And we also didn't like the fact that, since we kind of like are really like we have like this mega bull thinking for XLM, we want the way in which like we don't want third party organizations to short our work. I feel like, and the work of the community and what Stellar's been doing, and having this native thing generate revenue, I think is the best way, because at the end of the day, this is just like a savings. I would say like some sort of like savings and investment, excellent investment account for our users, and we want to be it that way because they could see, like, they could really see all the features that it has and how they can use it. Okay.
On number 6, there's like in number 6 there. Yeah, number 6, beginning of digital art. Let's click on that one.
Okay, cool.
Because you're a part owner, so you want to play it.
Yes, I'm a part owner.
Yeah, you're a part owner.
Give it a couple of downloads while you're at it.
and now I'm gonna just like, it'll show you how much you'll get. One thing that we wanted to play around is with dilution. It's like, why? Because we felt that the bad side of NFTs is that once you, let's say you take the price to a really high level where no one's gonna buy it, it's dead for us. For us, it's dead, because we are building on the promise that if you're not playing music live, that music is dead. And we kind of like learned this from a music manager that's pretty famous. He's Dauda Leonard. He's the music manager of Grimes. And we were talking about this with him, and he was telling us, like, okay, the music that's not being played live is dead. So that's what we wanted to, like, just keep people playing music, sharing it. So it's kind of like interesting because this concept of dilution happens a lot on startups, and it's a really good way in which you keep things and momentum going. And you disincentivize people from hoarding stuff, which hurts so much. Because if someone has something that they're hoarding, especially like a digital creative asset, it doesn't make sense. It's like it's not gonna, let's say, it's not gonna rotate, it's not gonna create this reach that we need. So here it's actually invoking our smart contract, and I'll show you. Let me just share this tab. And it's pretty cool because we kind of like built a system in which you can literally invoke the contracts like as if it was a game. The issue right now with UX on crypto is that, okay, you gotta take out your wallet. If you're in a gamified experience, you gotta take out your wallet, okay, approve the transaction, and then move on. Like, we wanted like a really smooth system in which you can just like play around, and invocations would happen all the time. It's all happening in the background. You don't even know, if you're not technical, you don't even know what's happening, but it's pretty like it's magic happening in the background. So you say really that
job with the UI of hiding everything, and it's very clean. There's nothing extra shown to you. So really, from my understanding, you fund your wallet on Skyhitz, and then you just go and consume or participate in the music NFTs.
Yeah, you start consuming a ton of stuff that is all happening. Like when you like, let's say I'm liking this one.
Do you want to switch back to the other tab?
It's doing a request. Yeah, it's doing a request to the smart contract, and it's literally locking value into the smart contract. Cool. No one has invested yet on this one, but if you invest, then you'll see that a higher APR is going to pop up because I already liked it, and my lumens are just going way down, right? It's kind of crazy. Like, you spend a lot of lumens, but I mean that's the initial idea. So you can just move things around and see it for yourself. So we were, let me just, like, we were here. So yeah, you'd see that these invocations happen here. For instance, like, yeah, 0.0 0.1 XLM is a stream, and 0.2 XLM is a like. And we just have one function.
That's cool.
And yeah, above 0.3, you above 0.3 in 1 XLM, let's say above 1 XLM, because the UI doesn't let you do decimals right now, you're investing. So it's like below you're just like consuming, and above you're investing.
I can still use the platform not being a user, right? Like I can still navigate songs and stuff without actually being logged in.
Yeah, you can use it. Like you can use it because that's the we didn't want to lock people. We just want to create like a community that is excited about like creating value. Uh, and yeah, you can still use it. Obviously, like the cool. I think like we feel like the coolest experience is just like getting involved and seeing like what others do. Like for instance, if you're really invested into this one, uh, and you really pushed it because the TVL here is just already like at the top.
Yeah.
Because you kind of like it kind of like resonated with you. It's kind of like that. There's your mark, you know.
Yeah,
Like
that's right.
Ralph is there. Ralph is there. Like whenever I look at this, it's gonna remind me of you. So it's
I
kind
would
of
love
like
to see
this.
holders. Like they'd be cool to see like holders on the
Yeah.
page. So you can see who supported this artist.
Yeah. The holders thing is that's one of our features coming up. We usually had that holders thing with Stellar Classic, and it was
Yeah.
a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Like I literally spent so much time trying to clear things out, and we invested funds on doing all these like mini features that at the end users were like, okay, like we don't really understand, and then we want smart contracts. So it kind of like we need to like an overhaul. So that's why like right now in the point and the stage we're at, it was so important for us to build on smart contracts, because we saw the community just shifted completely. Everything shifted over there. Like all the resources, all the attention, the hiring from the organization shifted towards that. We said, okay, if we want to keep doing this, we need to get on board here. So yeah, that's cool. We'll add that for sure.
So my job on this call is to ask all the dumb questions. So you said you could use it without being logged in, but all of the actions that you're talking about, listening to a song, liking a song, have a cost associated with them, right? So how can you use the platform without tying it to a wallet?
Yeah, I mean, you could just like stream it, like you just like stream things, because we believe like that music is open and it's gonna be there, but the experience wouldn't be as cool. I feel like, and obviously if you're logged out, you're not gonna see the three tabs, so it's kind of like a demo experience at the end. And in the future for conversion rates, we're probably gonna add some modals and some flows to get you into a funnel. So I mean, you could literally like play around with it, but
And what's
yeah,
the benefit of liking a song? Like you mentioned, it costs I think 0.2 or something to like a song. Like that seems kind of, to me, once again, my purpose here is to ask the dumb questions. That seems kind of counterintuitive somehow to have to pay to like a song, or does that provide, what sort of benefit does that give me to like a song when it costs me XLM?
yeah, we figured that like it's like a way in which you can keep things simple, and you keep track of the stuff that you recently like interacted with, and it's a way in which like we can give you like a favorites section.
Okay, so it's
Without
kind of like
you
a
having.
playlist type, like on like a
Yeah,
Spotify where you like a song and it adds it to a certain liked playlist. So it's
yeah.
kind of how
Like I
you.
would say, yeah, I would say it's the B1 of playlists, but it's usually I don't know if you're this kind of user on Spotify, but like I usually just have my likes and everything, and on playlists, I would just like search. I would just look from for other people's playlists, and my real like playlist is just my likes. So um, that's kind of like, and some friends that have used the platform also like told me and told us like, okay, keep things simple, and we felt like likes could be like a really cool action to put in as well. These things are not set in stone. Ideally, like the people that get involved, we can sort of like build some sort of governance around it. Same for the cost of streams and downloads. Um, where like, I mean, people could propose these things are too high, um, and as the platform grows, we will be able to afford like lowering those costs,
Yeah.
because that's the idea. But at the same time, um, the higher PRs, the high returns, that's the hook, right? That's the way in
I
which
Yeah.
people
yeah,
are.
I really like that there's, because with IPFS, people are always going to be able to consume without like needing your access to it. So essentially, from how I see it, is like we have like an artist platform where you can go and support people, or you can just not be logged in and consume if you just want to consume. I see Skyhitz being more like, I'm logged in and I've funded my wallet and I'm interacting with my funded wallet because I want to support.
Mhm. Yeah,
That's how I kind of see it.
yeah, exactly. That's kind of like an ideal, and also to reward those people, as you said. Like, let's say if I, it's kind of like if one music NFT reminds me of you, it's like I'm gonna always see Raf there as like a supporter. And we also want to have like this. Obviously, the concept of top charts are gonna get like better and more evolved, but like we could have top people in the platform, like number one supporters, um, top down, and these things are gonna bring traffic to your social media accounts. It's gonna bring traffic to whatever you're doing in music. There's people that like all they want to do is get involved with artists and stuff. So it's a great way for it's a great way to connect people. I feel like in this.
Is there gamification that happens there with the likes? Like the order of songs that they're displayed on that page, I don't see any sort of sort happening there, or at least an option to change the sort. Is it by the amount of likes or anything? Like, someone wants to get more investors for their songs, so they, like it 50 times. I don't even know if you can do more than one like per account or something. But is there any gamification that would happen there where you're like, hey, I need all my friends to like this song to push it up the chart. Maybe we'll get some more
Yeah,
investors or something like that. Like, how are these sorted by default?
yeah. These are like there's a lot of like ideally we could just like in the future build some filters for it. But what you said, like if you send this to a lot of friends and they all like it, it's gonna push the APR like off the roof, because there's like everyone's gonna be paying income to an escrow, and whoever found it first is gonna get the benefit of being there first. So it's kind of like that's the gamification. There's also like we want to have some sort of like, obviously in the future, better ways to sort this. Let's say if I click the TVL, it would sort by highest value locked, and same for APR. And then likes, obviously we would have more insights into that.
Gotcha. So this default view of trending, what is that based on? Like plays within
It's
24
based
hours?
on it's based off APR.
APR. Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
highest APR. So
Gotcha.
you
So
wanna
there's
you
really
wanna
no way to get to the top of that page besides having the APR high, because there's no other way to view it. Just the default view is trending, and that's all for now.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah, the default is highest APR, and then if you want to push something up, then you wanna do some actions on whatever you want to push, um, like some actions, and then you would have like, if you have one investor, you already push it pretty high.
I see. So you've already liked. I see. It shows that you've liked a few songs. So show me. Can you show me how the playlist it created from all those like songs? How do you
Yeah,
play all your liked songs?
you just go to likes and that's it. You got it all
Oh,
there.
okay. And so if you just start playing one, it'll just play it just like any other playlist, just one after the other, and then go
Yeah,
back.
one after the other, one
Feel
after
free to
the
play
other.
lower the volume of the screen share, so it should be good.
Yeah, it's like, we still have like another feature that was requested by one of our users, that would be like, popping out the video from here, because a lot of these are like really high quality, but I feel like you don't really get to appreciate them if you aren't on mobile. Let's say this one, I can show you a mobile version of it, and it's pretty. So yeah,
So how are you getting these artists to post their content onto Skyhitz?
yeah. So what we do is like, as I said, we index them, and also we have this program in which, like, from all the things that we generate revenue, we'll distribute to their on-chain accounts. So most of them, these are scattered all over the place. These are, let's say, a lot of them are Ethereum based. They are multi-chain. So what we do is kind of like generate an extra revenue, and we will send that generated revenue to their on-chain accounts. We kind of like talked to a few artists to them, and they were really cool about that, because they don't really like, they would just want to get that into any wallet they have. And most of the artists, they don't really care about the chain, which is really weird, for us technologists, but they are just like, okay, whatever works, they're good with that.
That's
um,
cool.
so it's like a way in which we can onboard everything, and also like music fans that they probably like invested and believe that music NFTs were going to be a thing in that state of how things were in the past. But we didn't see anything, let's say, mm, yeah, anything significant going on. Like, it was just like a trend that kind of like started dying, but at the same time, a lot of time was spent creating these things and resources. So it's a way in which you can give back for that work, um, without having to get too much in the weeds of the technical things, that I think it's like a disease that crypto has. Like, everyone's all the time like getting too technical, and nothing's happening. Like, nothing, no one's really using these things for good. And one of the few platforms, a few networks that really cares about that is Stellar. And with Stellar, we can actually do more things in the future, which we can, say you have your Skyhitz account, we can do your bank transfer anywhere around the world. We'll be able to do that, because we will just like switch to USDC and send you the funds. So it's kind of like, I see Skyhitz kind of like a hybrid, because we are kind of like in that intersection between, decentralization and this hybrid, good UX platforms. But yeah, what we really want to build is more like a community that supports music, and is kind of like hooked into music NFTs, that they really like them and want to discover them, want to talk to artists about them. We actually this reminds me of a conversation we had with Flight Facilities. They are like from Australia, and they were like, I don't know, we just put a music NFT. I forgot about it for years. But like, if you have someone in your platform that owns it, we could probably talk about like meet and greet in the future, or some
Cool.
sort of things like that. So
Like having like a ticket for an event or something.
yeah. But that only comes. We found that only comes through organizations. It's very hard to do things that are separated from reality, and that's why on chain is so hard, because you might have like a representation of a real estate asset or whatever, but if you don't have the organization that's going to enforce those laws and that's going to take care of that legal side of things, it's very hard. So you need an actual bridge to the real world, some sort of like the on ramps and off ramps that are a pain to use, but yeah.
So
yep.
you kind of
Sorry.
ran through logging in and kind of doing the listing, but you didn't run through, or if you have a second, just quickly run through how easy it is as a creator to come in and add your music NFT to the platform. We didn't see that side of things. So I don't know if you need to log out, do that, or however that needs to work.
This is it's pretty easy. You just send like a music NFT link to our email, and we will. One thing that we're building that is pretty cool is this engine that indexes music NFTs, because in the past, what we need to look up for is that they don't have copyright issues. So it's like, if one of these things have copyright issues, then we're not adding it. We need to look up for that. We need to look up if all the information, if it's on chain, which chain is it on, what type of standards they are using to organize the assets, so we can kind of like reorganize that and pin it, because we found that most of the music NFTs are not decentralized, and it's a nightmare, because like some of the assets, they put it on IPFS, but some of the assets are on an API of like, I don't know, OpenSea. So it's like, if OpenSea goes down and the CDN is not available, then you're screwed. And we actually did a research for Coachella on this, because they issued these $1 million tokens that there were like lifetime passes. And when the FTX thing happened, and it went down, these things went down. They just disappeared. The only data that was left was the on-chain data. And since that on-chain data wasn't linked to anything decentralized, like IPFS or some sort of like decentralized service that is available forever, they couldn't get those assets back. So it's like a way in which we can start like making sure that the things that we add are going to be there forever. And it's some sort of like a way in which we can have this public library of things that are going to be there no matter what. Kind of like reminds me of something that happens not long ago, which they just found one of Mozart's musical pieces, and it was just like hiding on some sort of library in one of the cities in Europe, and they just found it, and it's pretty bad, because like one of the best artists of musical artists of our time, their creations just get lost. And things are happening the same way with music NFTs. As the wave goes down and people forget about stuff, like a lot of creative things get lost.
So as a creator, once you've added your NFTs and they're linked to your account and you log in, what sort of data are you given for the plays and stuff for the NFTs that you've added to the platform?
Yeah,
is there
you
like
would be
a dashboard for the creator side of things?
for the creator side of things. Not yet. We need to work more in depth about that. We'll just do like the data on our side, which is like the contract data, which is the most important data. We feel like that something that we've seen in the present of this thing that with artists in YouTube and Spotify is like, we got to 1 billion plays on YouTube, and it's, how much did you earn from that? Nothing. because YouTube paid you probably like $5,000 or whatever. So it's kind of like funny. We want to have like the data, but the financial data. We want to have like, okay, this is how much your music NFT generated, and this is your split.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Okay. Well, I guess that. So you're logged in. This is attached to some sort of wallet before you can send that. I mean, how does it link a wallet or anything to the owner of that NFT once they send that email?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
we would we would attach their email to a wallet. So it's like
Okay.
on Skyhitz, everything works with an email. Like we kind of like nail it down to. We tried many things. We tried Wallet Connect. We tried like the integration with Lobster. We tried all this stuff. That stuff didn't work for us. It didn't work because like we are bringing users from both sides, from the crypto side and from we are a hybrid from the music world. From the music world, most people don't. They all they use is their email, and that's it. So we wanted a way in which we can get them involved and have everything going under the hood, and also have like the powerful infrastructure of Stellar behind it. So yeah, they just send that would link it to their wallet, which is their account, and
Gotcha.
we'll probably talk to them obviously, and it will get distributed
Gotcha.
because
Is there
some.
any sort of higher level service? I'm just thinking that would manage. You mentioned kind of like the pain point of these artists that they either forget about it or something like that. Is any higher level service that kind of would manage that for artists exist in any other ecosystem or anything? Like it seems like a service where it's like I'll be your like NFT manager, like I'll get your music out to these different platforms, make sure the revenues, keep an eye on it, where you can just create music. These people that are creating music, not all of them are tech savvy and would be able to do something like this. So it almost seems like a higher level service that could manage that on these platforms would make sense. Does anything like that exist?
Yeah, there's a couple of them, but it's a pain. It's a pain to use. It's very hard for artists. It's one of the things that all the time people tell me. It's just like distribution is a pain. It's horrible. Sometimes you would upload some of your creations to Spotify. I'll see, for instance, I have like an artist name for the stuff that I produce as a hobby, and I would upload some stuff on Spotify, and sometimes my username would get taken by another artist which uploaded some stuff also, so you'd have like same artist with different things. So it's like it's a complete mess, I feel like. And then yeah, you could just like try to find these services, but and at the end of the day, the one that's gonna be, as an artist, the one that's gonna be making that's going to be working is you. Because if you're independent and you don't have a label, which is like the way most artists are going now, unless they get too big, um, everything's pretty much going to be managed by you, by your accounts. Um, so it's a good pain point to attack. I agree, but the simpler you leave it for users, the better, and the more they will understand it, and then the more they will be okay to have their music on Skyhitz. Because we've talked to people that they don't care about Stellar, they just care about like Ethereum, and they want to have everything on Ethereum, and they're like, okay, we'll just like index it, and whatever we generate, we'll send it to your Ethereum address or whatever with the fee, but then we gotta split the fee and this and that,
Hopefully they're a big earner.
and they're good with that because they're so blindsided, because it's like, okay, you're gonna lose from the $50 I just generating revenue, you're gonna list you're just gonna have to pay a lot in fees, so like a good chunk. So but we want to adapt more to what our users want, and make it like really simple for people to use it, and that get really into the technical specifics of things, because I think that's where a lot of time is lost and a lot of resources are lost. We've been there. We've been there, in which like people for building complicated things. It's become like products become unusable if because you tweak one little thing and everything blows up. And then the amount of resources that you gotta spend on people, making sure that if you tweak one thing, it's ridiculous. And for an industry that is pretty much like, I would say the economy is pretty weak. It's really strong. The music industry is very strong in many fronts, but there's like a really big opportunity in making it big in the digital world, because on the streaming side, I feel like the companies and the startups and they are the ones that extract the most value from.
Yeah.
Let's jump into some questions here. We do have some questions from YouTube and Discord. Is from Bottoms Up Rich. Is Skyhitz strict to Stellar, and is it going to integrate other chains?
For now, I don't think we'll be integrating other chains, because the other chains, they don't have the technical capabilities that Stellar gives us. They're just not fast enough, efficient enough, cheap enough for us to consider. We would like, and this is something that would take a lot of time, because if other ecosystems from our crypto tokens come to us and ask us to get involved with them, we will first have to spend a lot of resources studying them. And for us, Stellar feels natural because it's been there. Myself as a founder have like a lot of experience on it, and and being in crypto for a long time, I can tell you that there's few things out there like Stellar, but like, we kind of like keep an open mind. Also, we know that technology changes fast and that things can get really competitive, and as we've seen in the past years. So we're just keeping an open mind, but with the vision of creating a really cool place for music people to be.
What about adding USDC on Stellar, like switching your token?
I think that's good. Like, but like, yeah, we could do that. Like, but we could do what we could do. I think is best is just like, you want to withdraw that to USDC address, you could do that. We will just add like a toggle. Okay, you want to withdraw to USDC or whatever is on the Stellar network. We'll work more on that in a way in which you can send money, and in the way you can on-ramp, which brings me to a really cool feature that's coming up. If we get accepted by Stripe, you're gonna have like a really awesome on-ramp and off-ramp experience.
I know that they're talking at Meridian this year, so we'll see what they have to offer.
Yeah, I was looking at their docs, and it's amazing, because you could just grab that USDC and post to their API some bank information anywhere in the world, and you'll receive it.
Okay, let's look at the next question here.
Adam had a question about the button revenue, but I think we kind of answered that. But it brought up if we didn't, feel free to clarify that. But I also had a question. It made me think about monetization for you guys. So moving forward, once you answer his question, can you tell us moving forward how you guys plan to be profitable and kind of fund yourselves into the future?
Yeah, we've been seeing a couple ways in which we can do it, and I think it's best if we generate. One of the ways would be like generating some sort of side revenue from the value locked. That's pretty safe. Like, and since we've had like a lot of experience with liquidity and the network itself in the past, we kind of like tell from the trust where we can generate extra revenue for the total value locked in the platform. So we could probably generate some revenue from there, and that way be sustainable. And the other way in which we can do it is pretty much from the actions that generate revenue. We'll take a split or a small percentage fee, um, to to uh, to just like make that our income. But since we've been supported by the foundation, by Stellar Foundation, I think we are most focused on the growth of the platform right now, that that generating revenue for our organization.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be if we didn't have like a choice in if things get really competitive in the Stellar community side of things with Stellar, we would have to figure out a way in which we could like either monetize this or die. But for now, since we've been supported by you, Raf, and all the community, then we can keep making things pretty smooth and without getting a chunk of that. But as we grow, we'll explore options. We can do also partnerships with know that people that are serious and can be trusted, in which we can also get some benefit from that.
I really like. We talked about it yesterday, but I really like your embed. So like, it's a really good way of like posting music NFTs to other platforms. If we grab the link from it, it's awesome.
Yeah, the embeds, it's something that like it's we worked spent some really good time on it, and let me just like share something on Stellar Global. Let me see if I'm let me see if I can, or I could just like share it through here, and you guys can post
Just
it.
want to make note we're already a little over an hour, so we can buzz
Okay.
through the rest of this and make it a little.
I'll share
Cool.
it in the chat here.
Yeah, if you share it on the Discord, it will render the NFT.
I don't know if I see it there, but
Oh, inside Discord.
yeah, I put it in
inside
Discord.
in Discord.
I posted our song, by the way, so that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Self promotion. Here we go.
I see that. Yeah. It's like that's the thing. What you're doing is what we want. Like if you have some sort of like friend that released an NFT, music NFT, you want to support it, just like post it everywhere.
Let me accidentally drain your wallet.
Yeah.
Okay, a
Yeah.
couple more questions here. Any plans for a mobile app?
For a mobile app, yeah, we've got everything set up for that. This is actually a hybrid app that could become like a native app. So it's developed on top of a technology that's called Expo. We just need to like wrap things up. We spend a lot of their resources from the Stellar Community Fund. We put those resources into making sure that we had a platform that we could like improve and that we could get out to Apple Store. One of the things that before we were going to get the platform out to Apple Store, that it's good that it didn't happen. It was like this out experience. They were like putting a lot of issues with the out experience. So I think with just like the email, we're gonna be able to push through that and get it live pretty soon. But it just like it's been crazy.
Here's another one. Can songs be downloaded and added to iTunes or played on social platforms like TikTok?
I think you can do it, but there's some sort of way. Yeah, I think you can do it because
Like, what are
these
you
things
downloading? Are you downloading like like an MP3 or like what do you?
you usually downloads the MP4, the format that we are kind of like betting to have here is just like an MP4, which you can have like this video on and music together, and you can have it in high quality. So they work pretty well. So you'll be downloading that, and then if you want to split the files, then you could just use whatever. But these things by nature are decentralized, and what I mean that are decentralized is that they are not like in a copyright registry. It's like, and an artist that puts some music NFT there with a copyright, they didn't know what they were doing. Because these things are like smart contracts. They're like digital things that live spread all across the digital universe. Like they are like everywhere. Everyone can share it. Everyone can download like a video from TikTok and upload it somewhere else. They'll get probably like some sort of shadow banned if you stuff. But for us, it's more like promoting the community and promoting this fun thing that we're doing.
I think
I mean, if you do that, what did you say?
She tags in really well with this question right here. It says, why should users download music from Skyhitz versus directly from the NFT platform a song was minted?
I mean, you could do it, but it's like you have some benefits that are like you can just pin the IPFS if you're into crypto, and you'll have it forever. It's a pretty cool thing because you can just like pin the thing from a really centralized point, and it's really easy it's really simple. Like you just have to click one button and that's it. On the other platforms, you have to dig through the code, go to Etherscan, put in the token ID, then look for the asset, make sure that that's good, then do that thing. So it's like a shortcut, but I think you can do it anywhere.
That's awesome. Bonser mentioned AVAX, a platform Arena on AVAX, decentralized social app. Would be sick seeing Skyhitz develop something similar. Any questions from Dorian from Discord? Mentioned, can I post AI created music?
AI created music. Okay, that's a really cool point. And this is something that we kind of been thinking of. And for now, we just want to keep it humans. Why?
How can you tell?
How can you tell?
Yeah, I mean, if someone's just uploading you a file, how do you determine that that's AI generated or not?
We're gonna start like for every file that you send, we're gonna start like using vectorize these things. So the ChatGPT can tell us, okay, this thing has been somewhere else, or this has these similarities to what you have giving us on our previous data sets. So there's a way in which we can identify where it's coming from. But yeah, AI music, you can, if you're a music producer, you can tell the difference pretty quickly. You might, yeah, and you can use more producers. Like you can have a group of producers and say, okay, this is AI generated. Let's say if someone is catching it or not. So it's for now, I think we're not there yet where you cannot tell. But you have stuff like the new apps, Suno. Yeah, Suno AI. If you really look at that and the things that we have right now of music is it's not there yet. It's not there yet.
You're like, breaking at least Newt's heart. Newt's going to be very upset to hear that because we've got a guy that floats around that's very big into AI generated stuff.
AI K-pop is what it is.
AI K-pop. I've yet to venture into that world of clicking on his links, so
it's pretty good. It's not bad, to be honest. Maybe he's singing it and getting it to change the voice. Maybe that's what it is.
Is that a
no?
Thing?
I don't think.
I'll do that. I'll do that if AI can help me become a country star. I don't know. Cool. Yeah. Were there any other questions? I think that. Was there anything else from Discord? I'm afraid to click into Discord for fears of having an echo show up.
Someone typing, give them 30 seconds here, but I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we covered a lot. I wanted to make sure that it was clear, like with the experience that a user would have, like, hey, I want to go check out some songs, as opposed to the experience of, oh, I'm a musician. I want to go in and add my songs and get revenue. I just wanted to see make sure it was clear that there's different experiences there and how easy it was to do the two routes. But so, I mean, as far as future future features and stuff like that. I mean, this is already live on mainnet. I mean, functioning currently, right?
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
mainnet. So
yeah,
it's
everything's live.
everything's live mainnet. Like I would encourage you to try to hack our contract
Yeah, I mean,
because
we had the
at
thing
this
today.
point,
Maybe you need to get Raheem in there, and he can poke some holes like he did with Aquarius. So
yeah, that's the idea. Like we want like to people to just play around, like just try to make that thing blow up, and have fun with it, and just send us the questions. We are open to just like answer anything. I've been in this, yeah, in this thinking that we can just like share everything. We want trust from the community, and the way in which we can get that trust is that we are open. We are here to support like whatever issues you're having. So to answer everything.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I think it's very unique. It's very novel. It's a huge new experience on Stellar, and it's very different than what we're used to. So hats off to you. That's awesome. I wanted to also mention I posted the invite to the Skyhitz Discord on YouTube and on Discord here, and I know that you have a beta channel on the
Yeah.
Discord. So if anyone notices or has any feedback, feel free to post in that channel there.
Yeah, that's right. For now we have 100 limited spots. They're going. They're being taken pretty fast. So send me an email or just post your interest there. You can send me a DM there or on social media, and we'll get you started. For this 100 spots, we're giving 5 XLM to try things out, and then if you're pretty active and give really good feedback, we'll send more. So yeah, that's our program. It's worked really well right now. We have so much things to do and to improve, but that's the idea.
And I mentioned yesterday that your analytics on the back are showing all these people that are joining the platform from all around the world, and you get to see your product build out, which is awesome.
Yeah, the analytics is one thing. There's one thing that gets me really excited because the difference between crypto products and creative products is wild. The engagement is off the roof. Because if you use your wallet, you just use it for like, I just paid someone and that's it. But here you're kind of like exploring, looking at things. Okay, where did Raf invested lately? Let's just see what's going on. So the engagement is pretty high, and also we found that a lot of people around the world, they all the time searching for these things. So that's why we kind of like did like this pre-rendering engine and server side render things to get like really good organic traffic, and it's worked really well for us. We've got like literally people from more than 84 countries
Wow,
looking
84.
at things.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's kind of like our stats on analytics.
Nice.
Well, we're going to make sure to post the Skyhitz Twitter and the website and all the info on the different channels here. Just wanted to make sure that we give you a big thank you for your time, and thank you for Stellar Global for hosting. It's awesome that we can organize these events and have you on.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Like, I'm very excited to meet you at Meridian this year in London. We'll performing a demo also. Like, we'll do a demo. It's like a 4-minute demo there. So it's like, if you're gonna go, then hit us up.
I thought you were gonna have like a sponsored music event at Meridian or something. Like,
that would be fantastic. But we need some. Yeah, we need to talk with the Stellar org to sponsor us, something like that in the future.
Well, I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks so much, Alejo. Thanks, Jerome.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining.